Ian Smith, good morning.
Morning.
And thank you very much again for coming down to Leek Town. It's becoming a bit of a regular thing this, but I couldn't ignore yesterday's victory for your team away to Loughborough in the third qualifying round of the FA Cup. First of all, many congratulations. It's a fantastic achievement, and I think that it's catching the imagination of the town a little bit. So I wanted to ask you a few questions about yesterday. And I suppose, first of all, talk me through it.
They were a little bit nervy in the dressing room, but I got a few statistics on the opposition. Gave all our girls the positive aspects of that. After 5 minutes they did go a goal down, and I was thinking, well, don't buckle sort of thing, and they didn't. They fought hard and finished the game better side for the 3-1 win.
Could you say honestly before yesterday, I mean, I was just speaking to you before we've started filming, that I'll be honest, my knowledge of the ladies scene isn't particularly good, but I thought the third qualifier around the FA Cup against Loughborough, who, you know, I'm aware they have some fantastic facilities, I always thought that would be a massive gap to bridge. Did you honestly think you could go there and win?
The sporting facilities there are fantastic, and they've got a good setup. They had the manager was saying they had 130 new players in for trials just for the 4 teams they've got. But even though they're 2 leagues higher, they've not started off very well. They've had 4 losses in the last 4 games, and I sort of used that as a build-up tool for my players in the dressing room. And Loughborough had also had a big loss to their near neighbours on the Thursday night before, so I thought that they'd be quite low
in confidence. So you'd obviously done your homework a little bit. Did you know what kind of game you're expecting, or how they were going to line up, or how they were going to play? Did you have any pre-match information?
Only some bits that the university themselves put on YouTube, which is very handy, obviously. Good passing team, obviously expected that level, very good. But our girls, ability-wise and heart, beat a man's down, really. Saw
you through and conceded early, like you said, after 5 minutes. Did you think at that point it was going to be not be your day, or how were you feeling then?
Remain positive. It's in the back of your mind. I was thinking to don't buckle sort of thing, and they didn't. They carried on as normal after they went a goal down. 20 minutes in, started to get on top.
And you scored just before the break.
Important goal.
I was just about to say, a crucial time to score. Did that make your half-time team talk a bit easier?
A little bit, yes, because it gave them the confidence that they needed, because we've got a young side, most of them 17, 18. Definitely gave them a lift. Half-time talk was quite easy, yeah. And
just remind me, who scored the goal just before half-time yesterday?
Elise Skelding.
Good goal?
Yeah, she was put through, used her pace, got away from the defenders, slotted past the keeper. Just what we needed. 41 minutes, I think that was.
And then I understand 55 minutes, Katie Mayer scored a wonder goal. Can you talk me through that?
Oh well, she's a class act. She picked the ball up on the right hand side, went on a dribbling run, past 4 or 5 players, slotted home, 2-1.
How old is she, Katie?
17.
I mean, I hate to say this, but could she play at a higher level, do you think? I mean, I certainly want to encourage you to lose any players, but it's a name that does keep popping up.
I don't think we will. Katie played at academies up to age 15. She played at Birmingham, Stoke, left both of her own accord, could have obviously stayed there, and chose to join us.
And she netted again on 75, 3-1. Was that pretty much job done at that point, or was it still a battle towards the final whistle?
Still a bit of a battle. We had a couple more chances from 75 to 80, couldn't concede, and then we decided to defend what we got.
And obviously when you did win the game, what celebrations, or was it low-key? What?
Yeah, obviously the girls were very happy. We went into their hospitality and had some food with them after. Low key, really. Yeah.
Low key, I suppose, quite dignified, and I guess it was played in good spirit. Both teams.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me, what time did you get back last night? What sort of journey was it? How did you get there? Or what was the
we had a coach arranged by directors of Leek Town. We only had to contribute a little bit ourselves. A few went in cars, so we must have had 50 or 60 there watching from Leek and areas of Leek.
That's a great effort. And the draw, I understand, for the fourth qualifying round, the final qualifying round, is at Wembley Stadium later on this morning.
11 or 12 o'clock, I think.
I mean, I don't know who's in the pot, but
all the Premier League teams.
Do they come into? I take it they're all in it at the moment.
Yeah, most of them run it for the third qualifying round. It's quite complicated how they put the ladies' teams in. There's more come in for the fourth qualifying round, and then the Super League teams come in round 3 and after.
Right. Okay. I mean, I don't know whether there's prize money or not, but I know the FA Cup is a big competition. Are you able to tell us if there's any prize money in this?
There is prize money. I think it should be more for teams at this level. For instance, when the men's team win the FA Cup, their prize money is £1 million. When the ladies' team win the FA Cup, their prize money is £25,000, and that's pro rata down. We got £500 for yesterday, where the men's equivalent would have been several thousand.
I mean, talking about fairness, is that fair?
Well, obviously the men's game generates more money. It's not for me to say, but when grassroots teams go on a good cup run, it'd be nice to have some financial
reward for you.
It, yeah, which we are doing. I mean, we've won nearly £1,000 now in the FA Cup run,
which is fantastic, isn't it?
Lots of money for us.
It's got to help. And in terms of media attention, I mean, obviously we're covering it, but have you had much from maybe Leek Post, Sentinel, radio? Has anyone been in contact?
Yeah, Leek Post, Sentinel, I put a report in last night. They keep in touch most weeks. I had an email last night that Radio Stoke are going to be in touch today, tomorrow, so it's all good publicity for girls and women's football.
Absolutely. I mean, I put a post onto the internet last night, and I'm just telling you beforehand, it's had a circulation of 25,000. I mean, that's I don't think I've posted anything that's circulated so much before in 2.5 years we've been running. So it just goes to show you the level of feeling towards yourselves and how well you've done, but also ladies football. So it's absolutely fantastic. Is it a daft question? How proud are you? How proud do you feel this morning?
I'm very pleased with all the players. Proud of all the players. That should give them a lift for the rest of the season. Obviously, we're a young side, and eventually in the FA Cup, we're going to come across somebody that's very difficult for us to cope with. But while it goes on,
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How far can you go, do you think?
Well, it obviously depends who you draw. I mean, everybody was saying we got no chance on Sunday yesterday, but they played well, played to the strengths, like I said before, and that paid off.
Wonderful. And who do you play next? Bread and butter, back to league action, is it?
Yeah, we've got Brereton Town down here on Sunday.
Sunday afternoon. Is that 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock kick-off, yeah, important game.
2 o'clock kick-off. And I suppose your job is to keep everyone's feet on the ground, and is that easy to do? Because there must be a buzz about the place and the team at the moment. Yeah,
I don't mind buzz, that's all right, does them good. The odd bit was telling a few players before that they hadn't made the squad. That's the bit I don't like. So.
No, a hard part of being the manager. And how did they take that, the players that were left out yesterday?
Yeah, fine, no problem.
Great stuff. And perhaps an unfair question this, but if I was to ask you who was the player of the match yesterday, are you able to name one, or is that a bit unfair on everyone else?
Unfair, really. I mean, obviously you've named Katie Mayer, but the whole team played very well. I thought left back Molly Shaw had a cracking game. Best game she's ever had for Leek Town.
And this week, training? You train back, did you say Thursday night? Have I got that? Tuesday night. Tomorrow night. Birchall?
Yeah, 2 hours.
Anything planned?
We'll just go through the game, and I tend to do things in training that we perhaps need to do from the previous game. Reactive.
Ian, I've no further questions for you. I just wanted to catch up on yesterday, so I appreciate you coming down here again. Like I've said already, many congratulations from all of us, and fingers crossed we get a favourable draw this morning, and I'd like this story to go on.
Well, we could do a home draw, but the downside of home draw, you have to pay the FA for referees, 2 linesmen, and put food on for the opposition. Yeah. So not bothered really, but I think I'd like a home draw.
I mean, if you were, I mean, I'm going on a little bit, but if you were to win the 4th qualifying round and it's round 1 proper, I imagine there's some big teams that you could potentially draw, and I guess it would be an absolute dream to get to round 3, but is that when all of the teams come into it like the men's competition would?
Round 3 brings, I think, Super League Division 2 in, and then round 5 brings Super League Division 1. I'm not 100% sure on my facts on that, but it's something like that. We're all the Premier League teams.
And is that the Arsenals and the Chelseas of this world?
Yeah, which is obviously the summer league. There's 2 summer leagues, but the winter league is which the highest is the Premier League. They're in now 3rd and 4th round, and we just played one.
Wow, Ian, thanks very much for coming down, and all the best. Thanks very much.
Thank you.